Hello everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Nitin Kaplas. Let's talk about today's problem. Our problem name is longest subsequence. So let's read the question first. Our question said, given an array of A of size n, find the length of the longest subsequence such that the absolute difference between adjacent element is 1. So the first example here is n equal to 7 and we are given the array 10, 9, 4, 5, 4, 8, 6. Our output here is 3. So let's understand this question better. So this is the given array, right? So this problem is basically a problem of LIS, which means longest increasing subsequence. So what I'm suggesting you, if any one of you don't understand or not aware of this problem, so first of all, just solve that problem. After that, to solve this particular problem, it's very easy, right? We just have to change a one line and we are good to go with this problem. So let's understand this, how we can solve. So they're just asking us longest subsequence. Our question is longest subsequence LS. But the condition is the adjacent element difference should be 1. Absolute difference should be 1. So what I'm doing is, if you see here, my first step is make a temp array and inside this temp array of the same length, what I'm doing is I simply add 1 to it, all the elements. Why? Because we know that if I am written 10 here, 9 here, 4 here, this is a sequence now. This is a sequence and that's why its length is 1, right? Its length is 1, right? So that's why in the first step I'm just initialize a temp variable where I'm just traversing up to n and initialize 1, right? Now I want the longest, right, if there exists. So what I'm doing is I just make a 2 loop. The first is I equal to 0 to n and the inner loop is j equal to I plus 1 till n, right? Okay. So if you are aware of my longest increasing subsequence, we just have to replace here what the question demands from us. That is ABS of if array of I minus j, if this equal to 1, right? In that case, what you have to do is just update your temp. If temp of j is updating, right, which is max of temp of j or 1 plus temp of I, right? So let's do the dry run of this case, right? Now, if you see here, my I equal to 0 means here and j is here. Is this difference is 1? Right? Yes, it's 1. So in this case, what you are written here, 1. It means your temp of j is 1. Now you have the previous 10 which make the alignment. So 1 plus temp of I which is 1. 1 plus 1 which is 2. So let's replace this. Let me write this. This is the one sequence, yeah, right? Which is in the subsequence part and also the difference of adjacent is 1. Now when I go further, it's not. When I go further, it's not. When I go further, it's not. It's not. It's not. So my loop is finished. Now if you clearly see, my I incremented here and j here. It's different, not. It's difference, not. It's difference, not. Here, yes. Yes. So what I am updating here is, I'm asking temp of I is 1. Okay. So this is your I, right? If I'm updating this 1 plus temp of I, which is 1 plus 1 for 8. 1 for 8 and what's the value at temp of I, which is 2. So if I'm including this 2 with 8, so here I'm updating 3, right? And when I move forward, it's not, right? So this loop is also finished. Okay. Now it's time to move forward. Now I'm here, I here and j here. Okay. Now its difference is 1. Yes, it's 1. Absolute difference 1. So what I'm updating is 1 means temp of j. 1 plus temp of I, which is 2. So let me update this. So here we got this sequence, right? So when I move forward, I'm here. Its difference is not, right? Its difference is not. So move forward, not, right? So it's also complete. Okay. So now you are here and j is here. Its difference is, yeah, its difference is 1. Absolute difference 1. So what I'm doing here is I'm checking. It's 1. Yeah, it's 1. So 1 plus 2, where temp of I, which is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I am updating this 3. So if you clearly see, Right now I am 4. I am including 4 here. That's why its sequence length is 3. So when I move forward, it's not. Here if I'm seeing 5 and 6, yes it is. Yes it is. Right? So 5, it makes like this if I'm including 6 here. So what's the 6 here? So yeah, if it's 1 or 1 plus where is standing means 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So here I am updating 3, right? So at the end, if you see, now you are pointing one step ahead where it is I and J is here, not here, not. So let's move forward. Now you are here, I here, J here, not. It's not. So it's finished, right? It's finished. So at the end, what your task is, just check what's the maximum. 3 is the maximum. So 3 is my output. Either this or this or this. You just need the length, right? That's why here 3, 3, 3 is there. Because these three are the possible cases. So we need just length, just return your length, right? So yeah, whole code is this. Let's code this now. So what's my first step is create the temp variable or array, right? Where I'm initialize all the value as 1, right? After that, what I'm doing is I'm simply traverse my loop up to n minus 1, right? What after the last index, nothing is there. So yeah, after that, my inner loop is I plus 1 till n. Okay, so what's the condition is, let me write here diff, which is abs of a of I minus a of j, right? Okay, so if diff equal to 1, in that case I have to update my int of j, right? So let me create this like this. Okay, so I'm updating my temp of j, which is max of either temp of j or 1 plus temp of I, where you are making the sequence, right? And at the same time, what I'm doing is I'm like just updating my answer because I want the maximum length. So compare with this, right? Okay. At the end, so this loop temp of j is updating every time, and every time what I'm doing is I just update my answer variable. At the end, what I'm doing is I simply return my answer. So this is a simple code. Let's compile and check. So yeah, we have to declare the variable answer, right? Now let's check it. Yeah, its compilation is good. Let's submit and check. Okay, so as you see, all the cases are passed. So let's talk about its complexity. If you see here, what's the complexity? Big of n, right? Because we are traversing a loop. And if you see here, we are using two loops from I equal to n minus 1 and second is I plus 1 to n. So it's big of n square in the worst case, right? So yeah, so what's the time complexity is big of n plus big of n square. So we can say that it's big of n square, right? So what's the space? We are using auxiliary space, right? Because temp array we are using. So that is big of n, right? So this is a time and space we are using. Hope you understand the solution and addition. Thank you so much.